That day, our whole world turned upside down. After a couple of months of trying to figure out why Karen was having trouble with her right hand, going numb and losing some use of her right hand, we went to the chiropractor and he convinced us to go get a CAT scan. We learned that Karen had a tennis ball sized tumor on the left side of her brain. And after a series of MRIs and other tests, we learned that it was indeed cancer. She had a grade 4 GBM, which I learned is a glioblastoma metaforma. Long word that I wish I'd never heard, but it's the nastiest type of cancer known to man. It's the kind that nobody ever survives. There's no such thing as remission. The best you can hope for is to be stable for as long as possible. So the surgery was set for the 20th of June, and the surgery was successful at greatly reducing the size of the tumor. But during this, what they called an open craniotomy, she had a stroke and lost most of the use of her right side. And I instantly became a 24/7 caregiver. I remember the surgeon coming in the next day, and Karen was still laying in a coma. And he took me out in the hall and he said, "Mr. Parker, I need you to understand that we did not do this surgery to save your wife's life, but to prolong it for as long as possible. No one ever beats this kind of cancer." And I said, "Doc, I thank you. I really appreciate all you've done, but it's not up to you. When God's ready for her, he's going to take her and it'll be okay." And I went back in the room and I sat down next to the bed and I prayed, "God, I promise to take care of her to the very best of my ability for as long as you let me keep her every day." And so that's what I did. The prognosis was 14 months. That was the average, 14 months. And so I began to prepare. I'm going to lose my wife. But thankfully, God gave us another 7.5 years after that. And in that amount of time, my entire focus changed. My whole reason to get up in the morning became all about what does she need? What meds? What appointments? Is she hungry? Does she need to get up and go to the bathroom? Is it time to go to bed? Everything was about what Karen needed. And it changed me as a person. For one thing, I learned what it truly means to love somebody, to serve somebody, and not expect anything in return.